Alright, the joints are manipulating the mesh. Now let's get the mesh cleaned up. Since we're dealing with hard surface, it's going to go really easily because we just need to assign all the weighting to this geometry to one joint. But how do you do that? You're going to go to Windows, General Editor, Component Editor. Hold down Shift Control and pop it into here. I'm going to open up this guy, and we're going to go to Smooth Skin. I'm going to select the geometry. You have to turn on the ability to select geometry. Select this guy. Like vertices, I'm going to turn off the ability to select controls. And I'm going to select these verts here, and I'm going to grow the selection by hitting Shift and the greater sign, which will increase the selection. That's the one right above the period. So Shift period in a sense. And you'll see down here under Smooth Skin, elbow, hand, mid, ring, and those are the only joints that are affecting these 8 vertices, I believe. But the only thing we want affecting it is the elbow. So select the elbow, everything in the elbow, hit 1. And now only these verts will be affected by that joint. If it's a 1, it's 100% to that one control. Let's do the come over here, select the hand, grow the selection, select everything here, hit 1. And the other cool part is you don't have to be at the bind pose when doing this. Let's turn on the ability to go back to controls. So I'm going to move my fingers down. You can see it starts to warp. Then the vertices. Select the tip of the finger, grow the selection. Come back to here. And this is my index 1 that needs to have all the control. So under index 1 here, 1. Grow the next one, select it all. This is, sorry, I got that one wrong. This is supposed to be index 1. And this one is supposed to be index 2. Which gets me to a point, like how do I get back to index 2? Well, go to options, turn off hide 0 columns, and this will show you all your joints that could affect it. And index 2 is what needs to affect it. And now this finger is working perfectly. And let's get the other fingers working. Grow the selection there. Component editor, this is mid 2. We can come back to hide 0 column, so it makes it a little bit easier to find mid 2. Next one, mid 1. Guy fixed. So you can see I've modified the positioning. Component editor. This is the ring finger 2. Ring 1. That one's working. Grow the selection. Pinky 2. Pinky 1. The best way to check to see if it's working is you change it. You manipulate the control to see if everything is working the way you want. And that is really, really basic weighting, is using the component editor. And you actually can set blends, as you can see. If we come in here, I'm going to select these verts. You can see 1 and 1. If we select them all and hit 0.5, I got some extra 0 values here. Let me undo that. It ran into a problem of not knowing what to do with. If we put 0.5 on this one, it wasn't calculating. So if I select this, hit 0.5, So like these guys over here, punch in 0.5, they both work at halfway, and so you're going to see this kind of bend a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, so those verts now follow these guys, and these verts follow these, and you get a bend instead of a hard box here and a hard box here. So you can kind of start to manipulate the weighting to make bends happen. Alright, so we've gone over some really basic weighting skills. The component editor is I think the most basic way you can weight something. The next tool I'm going to be moving into is called the paint weight tool, and that's has a little bit more freedom and give, and you can kind of see what's happening. It's a very useful tool for weighting. Extremely useful. I kind of only use this. I use the component editor to kind of clean things up and make things 0 or 1. I don't often punch in numbers to weight, but it's definitely, you want to understand that tool. Alright, F10.